Nope. And here we go. Make sure you do everything for your weekly reset, since that's today. Yeah. Had to think for a second. Yeah, I don't have a lot of honor coins, so I better not. Better be a little bit more frugal with my honor coins starting now. Okay, and also I have to take a look at this. Okay, I got it all. Nice. You know what? Actually, let me take a look at something. I did kind of mess up the stream, like, not this time. The previous day's stream. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. It just happened that Milk and I were trying to stream at the same time, so that's what kind of caused the settings get all wonky. Yeah, I think yesterday's one was streamed to, like, was on private. Because sometimes when you change the settings on YouTube, it sets it to, like, private. And I don't think I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't set it to private. It just, like, when we're changing some other setting, it defaulted to private. So that's why I didn't know. And when she did her second stream is when I, like, oh, okay. So then I unprivated it and just put it on public. Because if you don't do that, you could do the stream and no one sees it. I'm not even sure if you could send out a link. No, you might not even be able to send out a link to it. Okay. Yeah, I'm still learning things in the whole streaming thing. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. I could actually skip that part. Okay, why is it... There we go. Now we're good. So the new story for Enfield came out, so I did that. It is currently being uploaded, so probably after the train is when it'll fully be, like, ready to go. If I could just set it to... Oh yeah, I forgot to do the whole no commentary part. Good thing I remember now. Yeah, I actually had to edit the video. Like, there's, like, a lot of the load times. Before I didn't edit that part out, but recently I've been editing that part out. They're just recently. I want to do the little timestamp things. I think for one of the ones where I had, like, I did different quests, I was supposed to separate it by soft timestamps, but it was just, as I was doing it, it was getting annoying. So, but I did write them all down. So I think I just need to put the times there, and it'd be good. That's all I need to do for that one. I killed him right before he did his, like, his phase transition. Speaking of which, I forgot to... Was it for Final Fantasy 14? I was going to work on Glamour. I do have one set of Glamour ready for my character. I just have to do the second set, and I haven't done that yet. Because they changed the whole die system in August. This month. No, was it August? No, July. Is when they changed it, and so I had to go through and kind of figure that out. I think I might have messed up some stuff, but either way, like, A lot of things on that changed. I think that's also going to happen in this game, and in a little bit, in October 9th. I think that'll probably change a lot of systems, and I hope they do a survey. No, cause even if they do the survey, I don't think it'll be enough time. That's the one bad thing. Like, even when surveys come out, like if there's a patch coming up real soon, I don't think they'll be able to change it. It's not like they have like a big team to do that. Oh, okay. That's also needed to do as well. Okay, I have all 260 gear. Oh no, what? I don't. I probably just have a lot of 260 gear. Okay. Oh, 260. Oh, I don't have 260 of that. Darn. I thought I had full 260 gear, but I did not. But with that, we can at least get rid of a lot of other stuff. Yeah, I don't need any of the two. I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, you gotta do upkeep on your... You know, at this point, it'd probably be smart to just get rid of all of it, because the other gear is like so irrelevant now. Yeah, I'll get rid of... maybe I'll just keep it, the other people's gear, just in case I ever like switch to a different class. That'll probably be, yeah. Even though I think it's not worth it, but we'll do that just in case. Okay, 240. Yeah, for the axe one, I don't need the other weaker gear. Actually, I could just do this. Because if it is red, I don't need the weaker ones for that one. I should probably do that. Okay, now with that... Okay, I'm pretty sure it's this. Then also this. I have a feeling it's this. Okay, yep, definitely that. Yeah. Do not forget to do this, everyone. Because then later on, you could, when you're trying to like know, mess with your other characters, then you'd be like, oh, why do I have all this other I have to shift through? I generally don't do this in other games, which I do need to start doing. Just upkeep. I've actually recently did that with Final Fantasy 14. I actually went through and like emptied out a lot of the stuff my retainers had. There's like a lot of cooking material, like crafting stuff. Yeah, it was years worth of stuff. I just got rid of it. I was like, you know what? With the new expansion coming out in January, I probably just need to, buckle down and get rid of everything that I don't need. So yeah, hopefully that is actually, hopefully that's good on that part. Okay, oh, I need more of that. And I think I have, what, chest piece? I don't even have a 260 chest piece. Huh. I know I have, yeah, I definitely have this. Yeah, this time I was able to actually do that. I think I could buy the new one as well. Yeah, I could buy some of these. How strong? Oh, it's 260. You know what? I don't think I really need it right now. So with that, we'll start doing the usual commissions. Yeah, also check out Milk's her gameplay of Leave It Alone. A lot of those like cleaning games and stuff, right? Where you just like, you know, go to an area, you clean it and all that kind of stuff. I think she likes that. So this was like, oh, that should be maybe her genre of, I'm not sure what the genre would be considered. Like, I consider them cleaning games, but like that's the genre that she kind of likes because technically even the Wolf Cleaner, which actually has quite a bit of views, is also in the same vein as that. Yeah, I thought it was it was kind of in a horror game section, but I don't know. I don't know what that genre would be. I was thinking about like if that's the case, if that's like her bread and butter that she wants to do, it's like, oh, maybe just put that as like a new playlist for her. Because I think yeah, 'cause technically World of Warcraft stuff is like Waffles' playlist. Like once he settles down, he's probably gonna do a little bit of that, but he is thinking about jumping onto Final Fantasy 14 as well. Like I'm not sure if he's gonna do like try to do hardcore like raiding and stuff like that, but like if it's just like regular dungeons and the occasional like extreme trial, I think our group could probably handle that. When it's like savage raiding, then I don't think. Not gonna lie, I don't think anyone in the group is ready for that. Like, and when I say anyone in the group, I'm including myself, of course. I'm not trying to do that again because that when you do savage raiding is always like, or just like raiding in general. I always go by the way, like I used to there's Puggett, so like I'm not on voice chat with any of these people, right? And I'm just like they're just typing stuff in, or then so I could do that. I never actually had a static to do savage rating, right? Like the hardcore rating stuff. Mostly because I'm like I knew that like because like when you have a bunch of random people, right? Unless they're like your friends and you know them in real life, or like you're like no, you knew them for a while. Rating, it gets like I mean I'm pretty sure like no different ratings, different for every game, right? My rating I did is in 14. I did it in Destiny 2 or Destiny, the whole series 1 and 2. But like, I'm trying to think of, did I do rating in any other game? Not off the top of my head. I mean, when I think of rating, I think of usually those two. But like I don't like even in this game, like there's like the easy rating that people just like died. Like I don't think I streamed it, but like I kind of did it. The one of the dragon ones. People were just doing like I picked the easy version, and people were like, no, getting mad and like no mauling on that one. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Like that's the only reason why like I don't like I just do just the daily stuff and just yap in this. So when I was trying to do like the other kind of like raiding and stuff, I'm like even in this game, maybe if I could get him this angle. Oh shoot, No, wrong button. Okay, there we go. But yeah, the raiding generally what happens, what breaks a raid group down is eventually you're gonna get that one person that starts like saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, you did this wrong," right? And starts accusing. As soon as that happens, right, you just know the raid's finished. Because usually the people that do the accusing, was it 9 times out of 10, they're not the one they're not very good at the game. So when they start like, was it like pointing fingers, right? Then generally what happens, like I've seen it when I was raiding, like doing like pugging like trials and all that stuff. That's not really raiding, but doing trials and some of the savage raiding was some guy points fingers, right? And said, "Oh, you're doing this wrong, or you're not doing enough DPS, right?" Because he's using FF logs and stuff to like see who's doing the most amount of DPS. Then someone else who's actually really good at the game is like, "No, you fucked up this," and then that's when the whole thing breaks down. That's why I tell people like, "Hey, it's not a good idea to use FF logs when you're doing like just like I don't say any content really, unless you're like you have a static group and you're gonna that's what you're about, right? If it's not, I just don't bring no FF logs in because it always goes bad. It always goes poorly. I've not seen anyone who use like those kind of like logs to see what kind of the DPS of it. I've never saw a group that someone brought that in and it did well. Usually it breaks down because then people start getting angry and say, "Oh, you're not doing enough DPS and stuff," and they start like pointing fingers and then it goes to shit. Like even the add-ons people using like Destiny, they say like, "Oh, you're not doing. I'm doing like this point more DPS than you and all that." I'm like, okay. Like, there's a group before that. I was like, I tried to do a raid. One with the group, this guy had that one add-on that was doing that. He accused me and this other person not doing enough DPS. We're like, okay. We left. I'm like, I'm not here to argue with you. So I'm like, fuck it. So I left. Went into another random group. We were all like, I don't think any of us cleared it, right? So we just kind of looked at guides and whatnot. No, we beat it, right? Then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of curious. So the only reason why I found out what the other group was doing is after we beat the raid. I believe it was which raid was it? It wasn't Destiny 2. It was like one of the raids that are not there. It's not there anymore. It's like something with Callus, right? So eventually, right, like the reason why we know what happened with that other raid group is after we beat it and we're like, okay, let's maybe do like another round so we can kind of get like better at doing it. Like eventually, like because of the time we were doing this for quite a few hours. I think like 6 hours, not of pure raiding, but like figuring out what we're doing, waiting for people to get on. Cause it was like me and the other guy who left. We joined up with 2 other people who were just trying to queue in for that, right? Using the app, the Destiny 2 app. Then we had to wait for 2 more people to jump on, so that was like probably an hour wait. Then us pretty much, it's like progging the whole thing, right? Then we're like, okay with that, so we beat it. Like it was rough, but we beat it. And we're like, okay, we beat it in like 4 hours. And was it a bunch of people who didn't know what the hell they're doing. So we're like, okay, no, we were pretty excited. Some people had to jump off because they were doing it longer than we were doing it. Yeah, because they had like multiple groups. And yeah, we had like 6 or 7 other people dip in and out, and it was bad. So we're like, okay. Then some like 2 or 3 other people came in, right? We're like, oh, great. And I was like, wait a minute, their names, weren't you in the other group? Like, oh yeah, it's you. Yeah, that group went to shit, right? Like pretty much after I wasn't the first one to leave this though. The other dude was the first one to leave. I was the second one to leave. And then he's the one that messaged me, hey, you want to try to, go to some other random group and try to do the raid? I'm like, oh, cool. So by doing that, we found out the other group fell apart because the guy that was like, pointing fingers, like him and this one other dude were just doing that the whole time. And they just like, and everyone just gets sick and tired and just leaves. And The catalyst was the other dude leaving first, and then of course I left. So like, yeah, after you guys left, everything broke down. I'm like, yeah, I figured. It's almost like even in like just dungeons, like I don't see it too much in this game. In Blue Protocol, I think a lot of people who like get weird with stuff like that, they just leave. Right? Kind of like World of Warcraft, where they just don't say anything. No, World of Warcraft, they actually cuss you out, then they leave. This game, I think they just leave. Right? It's rare that happens in 14. Like I've been into dungeons where like the tank was mad at someone's DPS or something. I'm like, I didn't care. I wasn't paying attention. And then I think the healer called him out. It's like, no, you're fucking actually trash because I've been using like a lot more healing than I should to be able to keep you alive. Like, why are you garbage? Then he got really butthurt, and then he left. Then we just sat there, and the rest of us, right, 2 DPS and the healer, were just sitting there like, okay, we'll just wait until like another tank queues in. So, and then the healer was like really good. So he's like, yeah, no, technically let's get to the boss. I was like, are you sure? He's like, don't worry, I can heal you guys as a pseudo tank, and then like you act like a pseudo tank. I can heal you, and we'll be fine. So we did that. So we killed the crash mobs. We got to the boss, and by the time we got there is when a tank queued in, and he's like, yo, what's up? Like, warrior. Then the person who left was a Dark Knight. The person who came in was a warrior. He's like, hey, what's going on? And then we talked about, this was going on. He's like, oh, what a loser. And then we just beat the whole thing. And then I think one dude was like, which I like it when someone's like, oh yeah, I'm actually like doing this dungeon for this glamour. So if this drops, would you like would you just pass on if I could get it? I'm like, yeah, cool. Like I'm always like okay with that. Like as long as I know ahead, then I won't like, because usually I like greed for everything for to turn it in for extra points for the Grand Company. But like if someone says that, I'm like, yeah, no, you take it, bro. And there's like a time I think I even did I think it was the near raid where people do that a lot. Like, oh, I'm actually looking for this one piece. I'm like, okay. And then we just one time we had a group that was so good. I think we all just like kept on queuing and we just kept on doing it just for him to get that gear. Because a lot of people during the near raid time, we all were farming for like glamour, which I think is gonna happen in the Evangelion raid. You know it's gonna happen. That's why I like the Alliance raids, because it's like less stressful raiding. Like even if you're a tank, like you generally don't have to worry too much because you have 2 healers. And if you're a healer, you don't have to worry because you're generally like, okay, if both of you are new and both of you don't know how to push buttons, then you're kind of screwed. But at least if one of you knows how to push buttons, you're fine. I have been in groups where like me and the other healer, we were both new. I'm like, oh no. I think we're both barrier healers too, which made it even worse. Because we don't have like just like regular healers have like a good emergency button heal, like, oh, just push button, heal a lot. Barrier healers don't really have that. It's like, hey, you have a barrier to mitigate anything bad that's about to happen, so plan accordingly. But if you have a good barrier healer, you never even realize you're taking damage because they refresh the barrier so frequently that you're like, oh, did I take damage? Yeah, for like regular dungeons, people don't, some sages like barrier healers don't like warriors because the warriors want to have their like character's life get kind of low and start doing stuff, right? But to me, I don't really care because usually warriors could keep themselves alive in like trash dungeons. As long as they know how to kind of play the game, they're good. But yeah, in that game, that's just I played a lot, right? I've actually, no. I generally didn't, like never really had like really too many bad experiences in that game. And when I do have bad experiences, it's like in the weirdest areas, like the deep dungeon. I had people like fucking lose their mind in the deep dungeon. I was like, this is how you're gonna play and do this and this kind of stuff. And like, everyone's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, if you want to play World of Warcraft, just go back into that game and bring or take your toxicity over there. Like, why the fuck do you come to like a chill game doing the deep dungeon, which is like the most like inconsequential shit ever, right? It's just like a leveling thing, right? To like kind of power level your character. Like, why would he come here and just be like a dickhead? Yeah, but yeah, I think that happened like 1 or 2 times over there, and I was like, the person kept on like was like spamming stuff in chat, and I was like, just put LOL. It's like, yeah, what does the LOL even mean? I'm like, you are probably like, I hope to God that person was 12, but I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's a fucking adult molding in a deep dungeon. It's like that's such loser shit, you know. I don't get it. That's why I don't do any like really super hard content anymore. Like I used to before. I'll do like all the content. Like I would do the or try to attempt the savages, and I'm not really progging it, but no, I'm doing it right, just to do the thing. Like, I'll at least clear it right. But I don't do that anymore. I'm like, why do stuff that will make me angry? So if I do a savage dungeon, it's usually like no a patch, not a patch, an expansion behind. So then I'm like, oh, we're all just like chill doing it. I like that kind of stuff where everyone just like, when people do like no silly mistakes and we just laugh. Like even when I was doing I think like when I was still like in the military, a lot of the people in the military, we were all doing savage, no, extreme trials. And we were like make mistakes and would just make fun of the people, like, what is wrong with you? Or then we'll just like, how about this, everyone? Let's put it on first person view and let's see if you could actually do the game. And we did that before we did a step or a extreme trial doing that, and we're like, we're getting killed horribly, right? But it was like really funny. Like that I liked, where like we're not taking the game that seriously. It's like it's a game that's supposed to be fun, and when like we're just doing that, that was nice. That is how I want to keep it. So if they want to do like, I'm not sure if Waffles has so much content, Waffles and Boxa has so much content, I don't think they're going to be able to get to that doing savage rating anytime soon. So I think it'll be fine. They have like, you could probably like from Realm Reborn to Dawn Trail, you could probably do that in like 2 months if you no life it. Probably even quicker, honestly. But that just requires no lifing it, and no one wants to do that because they actually Waffles like story, so I'm pretty sure he would appreciate the story. I'm actually looking forward to like talking to him about the story and all that. I'm not sure if like Boxlight is a story kind of dude. That I'm not sure. Oh. I know I'm like a story person, so with that game, not this game too much. This game kind of, my gripes with the story. The story is just like, it's not like every time they have like a cool character, they don't really like utilize that cool character a lot. Like I think what's his name, like Jared or something like that. He's very interesting, but they don't really utilize him enough. I want to see more of him. I think he was only a part of like one side quest. Oh lord, everyone wants to throw knives at me. Hmm? I should probably just go to the other little, the amusement park area and just run around. I think that's how we found the new little things that were new attractions that were to be used in the next update. So we were just running around and we saw things. Okay. I was going a complete different way. Yeah, that's my take on raiding anyway. My takes on different kind of raiding. Just more chill for 14 and stuff. Alright, or just how to make the rating thing easier because I know like there's so many horror stories about people raiding and like that's what burnt them out of the game. Because I think that's what happened to our my guild, where that's why I'm the guild leader now, is because most of the people were like doing the savage raiding and try to get a static or just progging it and just in general. They burnt themselves out. I was like, see, I think they did that during. They burnt themselves out in Endwalker, and by the time Dawntrail came out, because the story, they're like, it's not. It wasn't like to them, like it wasn't like kind of like interesting for them, and just they were just like, I'm out for a little while. They're slowly starting to come back in and play it, like they log in a little bit more now. But I understand why too. Yeah, it took a little while for that story to kind of like gain momentum. This one. Okay. And with that, everyone, you guys have a good one. I think, I mean, hopefully Milk was doing the whole, telling you guys to like and subscribe. Yeah, definitely like and subscribe. I will try to do another horror game soon. It won't be like last time, or it will be like months without it. I'll try to put it in the regular intervals of stuff. But I think next, either Saturday or Sunday, I'll do a Yap session, probably in Go, where I just talk about like scary stories that happen in Japan and Okinawa for the most part, and I'll try to see if I could get some guest appearances from the other members of the Noodle Nightmares. Most of these stories, Waffles knows, because I told him during watch and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, now I'll tell you guys. This will be for the Obon Festival. And with that, everyone, hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys were energized. And just remember, when the week starts, right? It's just only like, 5 days until Friday. 5 days until the weekend. So yeah, with that, everyone, you have a good one. Take care. Peace out.